Hello. This is Antya from Byte Shuffle. Thank you for always watching our videos. This time, I put together a guide on navigating the Doomsday Mirror matchup, including sideboarding strategies. There's also a link to the pile breakdown video in the description, so feel free to check it out. Here is the deck list we will be using this time. Since the June 30th ban announcement didn't shake up the meta, I've decided to include graveyard hate cards in the main board. The first priority was to ensure strong speed in the main board. With that in mind, I started the build by including 3 copies of Personal Tutor. Unearth is typically in the main board, but I don't consider it essential. It's mostly there to counter Disruptor Flute. I used the freed up slot for Tamio, Inquisitive Student, which is highly effective against blue decks. This slot is typically occupied by Cabal Ritual, but since it often gets sided out after boarding, I prioritized Tamio instead, aiming to include more cards that can decide the game on their own. The main board is built to maintain strong speed while staying resilient against non-blue decks, with solid graveyard hate. This is the core concept behind the current build. I'll keep this hand, it looks like I can smooth it out with draw spells. So far, it feels like the opponent is either on Beanstalk control or ANT. My opponent cast Ponder and chose not to shuffle before drawing. I'm digging for Doomsday. I put back Thassa's Oracle Brainstorm. I played Nihil Spellbomb proactively to hedge against Murktide Regent. My opponent kept the top cards after Ponder and drew. Turns out it was the Doomsday Mirror, got me. Their list includes a couple of unusual choices, 1 copy of Flusterstorm and 1 Preordain, and it looks like they might have a single Veil of Summer in the main deck. Their discard package appears to be 2 Thoughtseize and 2 Duress. I'm digging for Doomsday. I put back Dark Ritual and a fetch land. I'm going all in. From here. I'll counter it with Force of Will. If I don't close out the game this turn, I'm going to lose. Right now, I have Edge of Autumn and Nihil Spellbomb in play, with 2 pile openers in hand. I'll retrieve Lion's Eye Diamond with Edge of Autumn, chain through my cyclers, and aim to close it out with Thassa's Oracle. I built the pile in the following order: Thassa's Oracle, Edge of Autumn, Street Wraith, Lion's Eye Diamond. I'll use my pile opener to start drawing through the pile. I'll win the game with Thassa's Oracle. Before sideboarding, I'd like to review the list we used. First, the conclusion. I will explain it step by step. Here are the key cards that impact the Doomsday Mirror. First are the various counterspells like Force of Will, Daze, Flusterstorm, Force of Negation, and Consign to Memory, along with cards like Veil of Summer, and discard spells such as Duress and Thoughtseize. To deal with these, I bring in Duress, Flusterstorm, and Mystical Dispute. As for Mystical Dispute, it's not particularly strong in the mirror, so it might be worth swapping out if you have better options. I've included it because it can be useful against Murktide Regent, Tamio, Inquisitive Student, and during counter wars. Next is Surgical Extraction. Not only can it exile the opponent's Doomsday after a discard spell, but it can also be used after they combo off. By targeting Doomsday in their graveyard, you can shuffle their pile and buy yourself an extra turn. I'll take out Nihil Spellbomb in its place. That's because the Doomsday combo itself doesn't rely on the graveyard. Next, I'll bring in Tamio, Inquisitive Student, Orcish Bowmasters, and Barrowgoyf. That's because both players will be adding more discard and counter spells, so I want to have a creature-based backup plan to win through. Since the game often turns into a grind where both sides trade resources while aiming for their combo, I'll reduce the number of cards focused purely on speed. Next is Unearth. I don't think it's essential in this matchup. However, with the current list I'm using, there aren't any better alternatives for that slot, so I've included it. It can be used to recover Orcish Bowmasters or Tamio, Inquisitive Student from the graveyard if they get hit by discard or counter spells. I'll also take out an island and a swamp. That's because the opponent isn't attacking our mana, so the value of basic lands goes down. Next is Tamio, Inquisitive Student. In a grindy matchup like this, whether or not she survives is a critical factor. It's more of a minor hedge, but I'm including Long Goodbye as a way to deal with planeswalkers. It's a bit weak, but since the game is likely to become a back and forth of disruption before going for the combo, I decided it wasn't worth a mulligan and kept the hand. My opponent cast Ponder and chose not to shuffle before drawing. My opponent cast Ponder and chose not to shuffle before drawing. I'm digging for lands. I'll put the Surveilled card into the graveyard. I'm digging for disruption. I put Fetchland Doomsday Fetchland on top and drew accordingly. I'm digging for disruption. I put Ponder Brainstorm Barrowgoyf on top and drew accordingly. I'm going all in. From here, I'll counter it with Flusterstorm. I want to play around Daze, so I'll cast Ponder first. I put Force of Will Daze Thoughtseize on top and drew accordingly. I'll scout ahead with discard. I'll draw Force of Will off the top with a Cycler. I'll combine discard with Unearth to bring back Thassa's Oracle and aim for an early win. To do that, I'll stack the pile as Duress Thassa's Oracle Consider. The last two cards can be pretty flexible, but just in case they have consigned to memory, I'll include a second copy of Thassa's Oracle. I'll also include Surgical Extraction in the pile. The reason is that even if the opponent successfully resolves Doomsday and goes for the combo, Surgical Extraction can likely extend the kill turn and buy me more time. I built the pile in the following order: Surgical Extraction, Thassa's Oracle, Duress Thassa's Oracle Consider. I'll counter it with Force of Will. Lastly, I have an announcement. I'm posting the concepts behind the images used in my videos, as well as small flavor-inspired stories, in the YouTube community section. If you're interested, be sure to check it out. Thank you for watching up to this point. I apologize for the many play mistakes. I hope to improve at MTG together with everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving it a thumbs up. See you next time. This is Antya.